Yo, what's going on, guys? Chewy Sugarbuck is back here with another video for you guys. So today, guys, I know it is Friday night, and I'm going to be giving you my game picks for Week 16 of the 2019 NFL season. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this last video, but I forgot the Saturday football games return now. They always do that later in the really late in the year for the last few weeks. So that's back now. There's no Saturday football next week for some reason, but of course Saturday football happens in the playoffs also. So for the playoffs, but for now, guys, they're doing it for Week 16 also. So that's why I'm doing it Friday instead of Saturday for my game picks. Anyways, let's jump right on into it, guys. First game coming up tomorrow. We have the 9-5 Bucks at the 7-7. No, excuse me. The 9-5 Texans at the 7-7 Bucks. Texans need to keep winning. Had a nice win against the Titans last week. I think it was last weekend. That was a huge win for them. They were able to go out and get it. So that was huge. And the Bucks were able to come off with a win. So they're 7-7. I'm not sure if they've been eliminated from the playoffs or not. I think they probably have been. But I'm not sure where they are with the Panthers. Because obviously the Saints have clinched the division already. But I'm not sure where they are currently ranked in that division with the Falcons as well as the Panthers and the Saints. But besides the Saints being on top. Anyways, guys, even though the Bucks are 7-7, I just don't think that they're that good. Texans are pretty hot right now, so I'm going to take the Texans here, excluding the embarrassing loss to the Broncos. I'm going to take the Texans here, guys, 27-17. Next game, guys, this is going to be a really good game, probably the game of the week, maybe. We have the 10-4 Bills at the 11-3 Patriots. So, the Bills, I mean, that really good defense, but the offense is not very good, and that's going to play a huge role in what comes out with this one. Weather, you guys know I'm in New England, so I always get this crappy weather. It's going to be in the 30s, upper 20s towards the end of the game, but no precipitation, so should not be terrible, and it won't be crazy cold either. So we're actually kind of catching a break here. The weather should not be a factor, so there's no excuses for the weather. Anyways, Patriots, I mean, they beat the Bengals, of course. I mean, yeah. But their offense still was not great. It's just their defense that destroyed. After the first quarter, the Patriots defense just demolished the Bengals offense. But the Patriots offense still is meh. I mean, their opening drive, they did well. They drove right down the field. James White got a touchdown. That was a nice play, but a nice drive in general. But their offense still looks pretty flat. And I think that Stephon Gilmore got a pick 6 in that game. I was only able to watch some of it, but I think the Patriots defense forced turnovers and returned them for 6. So Patriots offense still is not good, and it should not get any better tomorrow because they have to face a top 5 defense with Sean McDermott and the Bills defense. So that's not going to help matters for the Patriots offense. So this game obviously is going to be low scoring. I will be shocked if a team even has over 20 points, really. I really think it's going to be low scoring. Patriots, I think they're the number 2 ranked defense now because the Niners jump in front of them. But anyways, regardless, Patriots do have a really good defense and a really good secondary. It's going to be interesting to see how John Brown does against Stephon Gilmore. I'm assuming that Stephon Gilmore will be on John Brown. But anyways, with that being said, he'll kind of be shut down. So I want to go with the Bills. I'm pulling for the Bills, but I'm going to have to take the Patriots here because they're at home. It's really hard to win at Gillette, even though the Chiefs did it. Probably should have lost. But anyways, I'm going to take the Patriots here, guys. 17-14 in a low-scoring, sloppy, kind of boring game. But it's going to be a good game at the same time. Next game, guys, our last Saturday game. 8-6 Rams at the 11-3 Niners. Niners coming off a tough loss to the Falcons at home last weekend. Now, everyone's saying, you know, that's okay because the Niners need to know what it's like to be playing down on the wire and to be playing, like, from behind. And that's what they did, except they didn't win. But at least they know what it's like now, which I can see. I do see where people are coming from on that. Rams got walloped by the Cowboys last weekend. Jared Goff, man, I think I may have overhyped him a little bit, but I am very disappointed in his performance this year, man. He has been so bad this year. Gurley has sucked. Their offense has been god-awful. Their defense is pretty good, but it's like the Ravens. I mean, their defense can't win games all the time. Your offense has to shine. Not working so well for the Rams this year, and their defense is starting to let up. I mean, yeah, as I'm saying that, the defense got destroyed by the Cowboys offense. Now, then again, Cowboys are, I think, the #1 ranked offense, but still, I'm just saying in general. Niners, I say they're still at home. I say they get the bounce back win here after losing to Atlanta last weekend, so I'm going to take them at home to defeat the Rams here, guys, 31-17. Next game, guys. Now we're into Sunday football games. We got the 1-13 Bengals at the 3-11 Dolphins. Both teams suck. Bengals coming off a loss to the Patriots last weekend. Dolphins just can't win games, so I guess I'll go with the Dolphins because they're at home. I'll go with the Dolphins here, guys. 24-20. Not a game many people really care about. This game, the next game, not a game many people really care. Many people really care about. The 3-11 Giants at the 3-11 Redskins. I guess I'll go with the Redskins. Who's a QB now? Dwayne Haskins, I guess. I think they still have AP, if I'm recalling correctly. It's in Washington, so I guess I'll go with the Redskins here, 27-21, but not the most interesting game of all time. Next game, guys, we have the 5-9 Jaguars at the 5-9 Falcons. Jaguars, massive disappointment this year. Really thought they were going to be solid when they got Nick Foles, but Nick Foles has been hurt, but he's also sucked when he came back. He's been terrible. He's benched. Gardner Minshew making his return. Actually, no, he's not making his return because he's been in for a while, but Minshew's been getting like 90% of the playing time this year due to the injury of Foles and his terrible performance. His performance has been terrible. But anyways, Atlanta, weirdest team of all time this year. They go into New Orleans, beat the Saints, hold the Saints to 3 points. That offense, that insane Saints offense with Alvin Kamara, even though I think he's kind of overrated, Michael Thomas, and Drew Brees, insane offense. They get held to, I think it was 3 points if I recall correctly. Falcons win. But then, the Saints go into Atlanta and clap the Falcons. The Falcons are just the weirdest team of all time. And then the Falcons went into San Francisco last weekend and beat the Niners. I don't get it. I really don't. The Falcons are just so weird this year. That is kind of remarkable. It's been a while since the team has been like that. Yeah, almost every year we have teams who have roller coaster rides. I don't think I've ever seen one as much as this. So this has been interesting for the Falcons. I do think they're going to be able to get the win. They're mad right now. They just want to play for pride, but they do want to get wins to finish up the year and hopefully save Dan Quinn's career with the Falcons because lots of people saying he's going to get fired, which he probably will, but still some hope out there. At home, guys, I'm taking the Falcons here, 23-17. Next game, guys, we have the 5-9 Panthers and the 6-8 Colts. Colts, not very good right now this year in general. Panthers suck, so I guess Colts are at home, so I guess I will take the Colts here, 30-23. And next game, guys, here we go. We have the red-hot 12-2 Ravens at the 6-8 Browns. And one of those 6 wins was against us. So, ever since I made my recap after the Browns demolished us in Week 4, the last 10 Ravens recap videos I made, it's all been smiles because every single time the Ravens have won. But the Browns fans keep telling us, hey, you lost to us. We beat you guys in Baltimore. We beat you guys. So agitating. So we need to talk about this game for a little bit because you guys know I like to be annoying with Ravens games. So there's a lot on the table right now because a lot of people say, oh, we should sit Lamar Jackson. We're going to the playoffs. Browns are going to be playing dirty. They're going to try to hurt him. Don't risk the injury. Keep him out. Which I see. But now, then you look at, should the Ravens lose another game before the playoffs? That's another thing that people look at. Which I would think, yes, probably. We are red hot, and yeah, we don't want to stop that. But I feel like if the Ravens keep winning, and they win this game, they win next weekend against the Steelers, then we're red hot going into the playoffs. We get all the hype, we get all carried away, and then we have to play like the Chiefs or someone in the playoffs, and then we kind of choke. So that's why I feel like we may want to take a loss here. I know it feels weird saying this, but if we lose here, yeah, sure, it'll be sad. Our win streak is over, but I'm not gonna be that mad about it because I do think that maybe it'll be it's for the better. So then we can like rebuild. Well, not rebuild, but we can know what it's like to be playing from behind and then play well again next week. But the problem with that is, if we're gonna give up a loss, we don't want to give it up to the goddamn Browns because not only did the Browns beat us somehow in week 4 and they're one of our 2 losses, they're our rivalry. We don't want to beat the Browns. So, then people would say, okay, we'll just win this game and lose in week 17. But then we play the Steelers next weekend. 2 division games. We want to beat the crap out of the Steelers in week 17. We're gonna want to kill them because they're our all-time rivalry. So it's kind of a lot of stuff on the table about this. But anyways, for the Ravens, I say you play Lamar Jackson first half. A lot of the starters play him first half. Put in the second and third string guys in the second half. I don't really care if we're up or down. If we're down, I don't even care. You can put other guys in. And there's no Myles Garrett, so that lowers the chances a little bit of Lamar Jackson getting hurt. Because Garrett, I don't really think he's a dirty player, but he's very aggressive, and he was a little overly aggressive when he got suspended, smacking Mason Rudolph with the helmet. But anyways, no Myles Garrett, but I don't want Lamar Jackson to get too cute or anything. I don't want us to get too cute in general. So play the Stars for the first half, rest up in the second half. Now, I actually think the Browns are going to take this one. And it's going to be weird because looking at how good we were this year, like 13-3 or maybe 12-4, we were so good, yet we lost both. We got swept by the freaking Browns. But anyways, guys, the Browns are angry. They're hanging on by a thread, but I think they're going to miss the playoffs because the Steelers are going to be ahead of them in the division. So I'm going to go with the Browns here, guys, due to resting purposes. Going to take the Browns here, 27-24. Next game, guys, 11-3 Saints at the 8-6 Titans. Titans coming off a loss to the Texans last weekend. I think it was last weekend. Saints, obviously good, really good as usual. Breeze continues to do well. And although it's in Tennessee, the Saints are I think, clearly the better team. So I'm going to take the Saints here, guys. 31-24. It's going to be a pretty solid game, though. Next game, guys. 8-6 Steelers at the 5-9 Jets. Go Jets, obviously. But shout out to the Bills for beating the Steelers last weekend. That was huge. So, actually, if the Steelers lose their last 2 games or the Browns win their last 2, then there's a shot. But anyways, in New York, but Steelers are, again, a scrappy son of a gun, and they, refuse to lose, except they did last week to the Bills. But Devlin Hodges, he's just not that good. I mean, he's not terrible, but it's just their offense is totally beat up. The only, really talented guy, actually two really talented guys on that offense are James Conner and Juju Smith-Schuster, but I don't think it's enough at the moment, and it's kind of showing it because although the Steelers are scrappy, as I've said, their defense is better, I think, even though it's not been great over the past couple games. But they did decent against Buffalo, though, even though Buffalo's offense is not that good. I think it did help. It's in New York, but doesn't really have an impact, I don't think. I'm going to take the Steelers here, guys. Kind of a sloppy game, 24-14. Next game, guys, we have the 3-10-1 Lions at the 5-9 Broncos. Broncos got smoked by the Chiefs last week. Drew Lock, meh. But you know, he's got a career. I mean, I think he's a rookie, so I mean, he's got plenty of options down the road. So I'm not, you know, I still think that he'll be fine. And he'll just, you know, have to, you know, probably get a new team at some point. But anyways, guys, I think that for Drew Lock, Broncos just in general, playing for pride, really. And that helps. And I think the Broncos can win this game because they're playing the Lions, who are very bad, unfortunately, for them this year. But anyways, in Denver as well, I'm certainly going to take the Broncos here, guys. 34-17. Next game, guys, we have I gotta flip. I gotta make sure I'm doing all the games here. 6-8 Raiders at the 5-9 Chargers. Both teams playing for pride. Raiders were hanging on by a thread for a little bit, but I think they're just about done. Chargers, terrible. It's in LA, but I still think the Raiders are the better team, so I guess I'll take the Raiders here. Not the most interesting game of all time, but I guess I'll take the Raiders here, guys. 23-20. Next game, guys, we have, sorry, I'm trying to flip around games here because just don't want to forget any. Next game, we're going to do the boring one first, then the really exciting one. 4-9-1 Cardinals at the 11-3 Seahawks. I think you guys can already guess here. Seahawks are going to clap them. It's also in Seattle, so that just makes it even worse. So I'm going to take the Seahawks here, guys. 37-20, and just not a very exciting game. Kyler Murray has some potential, but not this year. He's going to need a new team, new surroundings, new receiving core, new everything. All right, next game, guys. This is a huge game for both teams who are in the worst division possible. 7-7 Cowboys at the 7-7 Eagles. Huge game. This is going to be such a big game. Nationally televised on Fox. Everyone's going to be watching this, I think, especially for the NFC side. So, Doug Peterson, I think is the Eagles head coach, right? Yeah, I think that's his name. Got all cocky last time in the first meeting, said the Eagles are going to beat the Cowboys. I think they switched. I don't know. The Cowboys beat the Eagles in general. But the Eagles are coming home, and that really helps. And where the game is, the difference for the Eagles, it's maybe not the biggest difference, but the difference in how the Cowboys play based off of how they are on the road and how they are at home is so different. I know, but way back, like in 2014, I remember that one year in 2014, I think they won and lost some games at home, but they were undefeated on the road. It was so weird. Not that team anymore. Dak Prescott especially plays way better when he's at AT&T Stadium. And you want to know why? It's because, like, he's used to playing, like, in a dome and no weather-related issues, but Philadelphia, anything can happen. So that's why Prescott really has a hard time, and we learned that when the Cowboys played the Patriots, because Prescott was god-awful. But, anyways, both teams, again, desperate for a win, but the Cowboys currently have the tiebreaker. So if they win this game, the Cowboys can lose next week's game, and it won't matter. They'll still go to the playoffs in a sloppy division. Guys, it is in Philadelphia, so that makes me want to go with Carson Wentz and the Eagles so badly. And I think that the Cowboys, even though they came off a great win against the Rams last week, I think they're going to be like ready for a challenge, but they're not going to be ready for a challenge, I should say. And the Eagles are gonna give them a good test. And I am taking the Eagles here. They are fighting for their life. So are the Cowboys, but the Eagles, I just believe in the Eagles a little bit more, I think. Cowboys are, again, hanging on by a thread, but I'm going to take the Eagles here, guys. Again, gonna be so close, but I'm taking the Eagles 24-21, but what a game it is going to be. Next game, guys, 10-4 Chiefs at the 7-7 Bears. This is Sunday Night Football. Bears coming off a loss to the Packers last weekend. Chiefs continuing to roll. I think I may have hated on them a little bit too much. They had a cool mid-season, but they are back on track, even though Mahomes has slowed down incredibly, and I still think he's overrated. He's been doing well over the past couple of weeks. Has to go up against the Bears. Yeah, sure, the Bears defense is solid. I think it's pretty good, but not going to be enough to beat the Chiefs. Chiefs continue rolling, in my opinion. I'm going to take the Chiefs here, guys. 30-20. And last game, guys, this is a huge game for both teams. Another big NFC battle and a rivalry, just like, the Cowboys-Eagles, huge rivals. Same here. 11-3 Packers and the 10-4 Vikings. Packers-Vikings, huge rivals. And the rivalry, I feel like, keeps on getting, bigger and bigger. Packers and Bears used to be absolutely huge rivals, like the greatest rivalry of all time. They're rivals still, but I don't think they're quite as bad as they used to be. The Packers and the Vikings are huge rivals, and of course in the same division. So anyways, 11-3 Packers, 10-4 Vikings in Minnesota. So that is the tricky part. And I feel like it's so hard to win in Minnesota, man. That's the issue. It's really hard to do that. So, Green Bay needs to push the ball down the field. Aaron Rodgers has not looked great, though. He looked really good a few weeks ago, but he didn't play well against the Redskins, really. And he was okay last week against the Bears, but he has to go up against a really dirty defense with Anthony Barr, Everson Griffin. I'm not sure if Linval Joseph is still there, but Trey Waynes, Xavier Rhodes, just in general, Mike Zimmer, dirty coach. Everything's dirty about the Vikings. I don't know why I like the Vikings, but I just kind of do. But anyways, they're a dirty team, regardless. And the Packers do not play well in Minnesota at all. When the Vikings go to Green Bay, the Packers usually come out winning. But I don't recall the last time the Packers went to Minnesota and won. I think it has been a while. And I remember the last time I remember they went to Minnesota was actually on my birthday, 2017, when Anthony Barr broke Aaron Rodgers' clavicle. So that was not a very good game for the Packers. But them winning in Minnesota is really hard to do. But both teams on the line, same division, fighting for that victory of the division. I am going to take the Packers here, guys. I know they usually don't win in Minnesota, but I think they're going to be able to take this one. Oh, also, I can't believe I didn't mention this. Vikings without Dalvin Cook, and that's a huge blow. No Dalvin Cook, still have good receivers, but that's going to play a huge role in how the Packers defend the Cowboys. So, anyways, I am going to take the Packers here, guys, on the road to beat the Vikings. It's going to be such a good game. And the crowd's going to be roaring, but I am taking the Packers here, guys, 26-23. And, guys, that is going to do it for my game picks for Week 16 of the 2019 NFL season. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to drop a like at the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I am out. Peace out. Have a great day. My Christmas break is officially here, guys, and I will see you in the next few days.